What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady.
This story's called, I'm in a hotel and people are asking me questions and I don't know why in fairness, I was probably the stupid one for not realizing what was going on. For a few years after college, I lived in another city and got to know the neighborhood pretty well, as one typically does. I moved out, and not a year later, one of my best friends is engaged and about to get married near my old apartment. It's a black tie affair, and I end up staying at the hotel where the reception was at, the ceremony being at the synagogue his wife grew up in. The bridal party arranged transportation from the hotel to the synagogue and back. We just had to meet in the lobby by 2 p.m., or whatever. I got downstairs very early for no good reason and was in the lobby bored. I had only been dating my girlfriend at the time for a few months and my invite didn't come with a +1, so I gave her a call. I put a headset in one ear because I wanted to leave the other open in case they announced our bus was here and stood behind some podium-like thing in the lobby. For the next 30 minutes, people kept coming up to me and asking all sorts of random questions, like, how do we get to this museum? Or, what's a good place to get some pizza around here? I know the neighborhood well, and I have nothing to do anyway, and I'm a helpful guy, so I'm answering questions, thinking nothing of it. Finally, after a good 10 to 15 of these, someone asks me if housekeeping can come up to their room later because of some reason or another. I just say, sorry, I don't work here, and that's when it hits me. I'm wearing a tux, I have an earpiece in one ear, I'm literally standing behind a podium. I'm answering questions about the neighborhood, and I have no obvious other reason to be in the lobby. They think I'm the concierge. Oops. Okay, but where was the actual concierge? That's my question. You gotta like this story because it doesn't involve some Karen asking for the manager, asking for someone to get fired, okay? This is just a story of this guy just doing something dumb. This story's called, Husband's Manager Wanted Us to Throw a Mexican Party for Our Wedding and Invite Her and Everyone Else. I just remembered this. I don't know why I waited for more than a year to tell this story. My husband probably told this when we were in the car and I forgot. My husband works in a dish room at a hospital, so vacations have to be requested at least 3 months in advance. He requested to have the entire month of September off last year so we could get married about 5 months ahead. And he got the okay. For years, we decided that we wanted a small wedding with only family. Because I don't know a whole lot of people otherwise, and I didn't want complete strangers to outnumber people who I do know. I didn't want to feel uncomfortable at my own wedding. I do know most of his family who came, which helped. Within those 5 months, another person was hired as a manager because she's friends with HR, and she tries to use that to her advantage. She already got a couple people fired when they tried to complain about her to HR apparently. She saw that my husband had the entire month of September off and asked him about it during his lunch break. My husband said, paraphrasing, I'm getting married in September and going on my honeymoon after. Oh, when am I going to get my invitation? You're not. It's going to be family only. But that's so small. You should have a Mexican party and should invite everybody. We're not Hispanic? No. A Mexican party has over 100 people. I was invited to one once and it was fun. You should invite the whole dish room. My wife's anxiety would shoot through the roof if I invited 100 people she doesn't know. Also, there needs to be people here to decontaminate the dishes. We can leave them for the next day. I know this great Mexican restaurant you can get catering from. We're doing Jimmy John's. That's so cheap. Does your fiance know that you're so cheap? You should do this restaurant I like so there's plenty of food to feed over 100 people. Is a cake big enough? I can bring wine glasses if you don't have enough. I like this brand of wine. We're doing it outside at a public park where there's no drinking allowed and there's only going to be about 20 people. That's not fun. What's a party without alcohol? People are going to be driving and there are going to be young kids there. My fiance can't drink and I'm not going to put out a bunch of money for people she doesn't want there. More people means that you'll get more money as gifts. You're not invited. I have to get back to work. That's not fair. I want a Mexican party. Then you can throw one yourself, is what he wanted to say. Instead, he was just like, okay, I'm going back to work, and walked off. He complained about her reminding him to give her an invitation every time she saw him. She didn't know where the wedding was. I'm not really even sure if she knows where we live, so she couldn't try to sneak in. She also didn't know the exact date. She did try to call him into work a couple times in the middle of the month, but both times my husband was like, "Sorry, I'm in California. We live in Wisconsin." He suspects that she's trying to find something to get him fired for, but the other managers won't have it. I think there's 3? So many people come and go, so I lost count a while ago. And for the record, I planned the entire wedding. I mean, we both discussed what we wanted, but I'm the one who chose the specifics, like food and location. I chose Jimmy John's because it was outdoors around noon, so I didn't want people sleeping on the picnic tables. That and my parents had sandwiches at their wedding, and I remember that little detail. I was 3 or 4 when they got married. And I chose a park that has a nice field and a small playground for my niece and one of my husband's cousins. Or second cousin? I can't remember. They were both 3 and 4 at the time. I don't understand why she kept on calling it a Mexican party instead of a big party. I'm not even sure if the party she went to was being thrown by anybody Hispanic. Okay, what in the world is wrong with that lady? She needs to realize that this isn't a party, that this is a wedding. A pretty important day for most people, I feel like. Like, geez, that woman's behavior was just completely inappropriate. Like, where the heck did you get the name Mexican Party? Like, is that offensive? I feel like it should be offensive. This story's called Price Match Doesn't Work Like That. This happened in 2016 when I worked for a supplement store. I was the store assistant manager and training up a new employee. A woman walked in and began looking through various things. I noticed right away that every time she would look at a product, she would play on her phone a minute and then put it in her basket. She played around the store for about 30 minutes. Now, in this 30 minutes or so, we must have offered to help her 20 times, or at least asked if she had any questions. Literally every time we would, she would just say, "No, I know what I'm doing." Well, most people who know what they are doing don't have to research everything on their phone for 5 minutes after seeing a product. But I get it. Some people just don't like salespeople. Now, here is where things get sticky. She comes to the counter and I begin ringing her up. I ask her if she's a rewards member. She explains, "No, sir, and before you ask, I don't want to be either." Okay, fine, no biggie. So I continue. The woman mentions that she could get a lot of supplements from another store much cheaper, and she knew for a fact that they were the same ones. I explained we would price match them if she could prove the pricing to us. She absolutely refused. "It's not my job to ensure your pricing is fair. That's your job. You need to dig through that for me." Unfortunately, ma'am, our policy is strict that you must come in with proof of the price difference to get this feature. But as a courtesy, if you tell me the discount and it's not too extreme, I'll honor it this one time only. I swear, this is what this woman said to me. "Okay, you have a serious attitude problem and I'll need your customer service number to let them know about it, or you can offer me an additional discount on my products for my inconvenience." I get paid over $30 an hour for my work, and if you expect me to research for the price match, I would also be sending you an invoice for my time. My son is up the street at insert college here, making history, and he needs these things to help him perform in the field. How dare you ever try to keep that from him? And furthermore, price matching is where you businesses gouge the crap out of the price and then reward those who aren't stupid enough to fall for your company being sleazy. So you had better just note in there that these are the prices I pay every time I come here. Now, as for today's purchase, I believe the discount at the other store was almost 50% off. So if you can make it an even 70% for everything, then you'll have satisfied my original request and accounted for your terrible misbehavior. I look at her for a minute and prepared my response. "Ma'am, I was willing to help you out, but now I am not. The store's policy is clear that you must come in prepared for price match. No proof, no price match. Now, I will not be doing anything without that. And ma'am, I am so sorry you feel as though I was rude. I understand some people don't like how the rules work. No worries. Here we offer a great customer complaint system. Go to the website and submit. If you don't have a computer, call this automated line. Your total today is full price." This woman literally just said, "Oh my god," and "This isn't over," when she stormed out of the store. I guess it was over because I never heard anything from it again. Oh my gosh. $30 an hour. Good job, woman, but that doesn't mean you get to walk all over employees just trying to help you out. Goodness, what is with all these Karens just being such jerks? Come on. This guy was just doing his job, and he was even breaking policy for you because he was being kind and you just spat in his face. That's kinda messed up if I'm being honest, but moving on. This story's called Selling My Old Graphics Card to One of My Mom's Facebook Friends. Okay, so basically I was selling one of my old graphics cards as I upgraded mine. I was selling my old one off dirt cheap, and my mom, unfortunately, told someone she knew that was also looking for a graphics card to learn how to use editing software. So I messaged him after my mom told me I should see if he wants it, and it goes like this. Here's the cast. There's me and old man. Hi, if you still want the card, you can have it for £35 if you pick up today. As I said, I was selling it dirt cheap. A couple hours later, I got this message back. Oh, hi Ashley. Yes, I'm interested, but try to check it to see if it's compatible with Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 video editing program. It took him 2 hours to Google it. Yes, I would like it, please. Alright, cool. When can you pick it up? So he told me again another hour later. This afternoon. I will need your address, please. So I told him my address and I got back. Okay, see you soon. Thanks. And the time was about 4 p.m. and I didn't hear anything from him until 8 p.m. So I sent him around 3 messages asking where he was and if he still wanted it, and even asked if he got lost, and I gave him my mobile number and still nothing. And 9 p.m. rolled around, so I said, hi, I was wondering if he still wanted it as it's getting a little late. And the worst part about this, all I got back was, no thanks. And then one of the like emojis on Facebook. I said, alright, and left it at that and put it on the marketplace as I wasn't urgent to sell it, so I didn't think much of it. And around about 11:30 p.m. rolls around and I get this message. I came over to you only to find that you didn't open the door. I knocked and rang the doorbell, especially after I walked all around the housing estate to find you. First of all, I have CCTV and no one came and I was waiting for him to come. Second of all, why would you walk all around my estate looking for me? So I thought that was a bit weird, so I said, are you sure you have the right house? As my estate is pretty hard to get around and can easily get lost or wind up in a different way. No, I went to your white door and knocked multiple times and even rang your doorbell. The funny thing about this is that I don't have a doorbell and my door is blue, and I told him this and said, you must have gone to the wrong door. It's still here if you want to come back and get it, or I can deliver it for free if you're local. I decided to be nice. He's fairly old, maybe late 70s, early 80s, and this is the final message I got from him and decided to block him and not deal with him anymore. Well, it's your fault. I went to the wrong house. You should have waited outside for me. Can I add, he didn't tell me a time, he just said afternoon. You should take the time to deliver it to me for free. I'm not paying for it. I was blindsided by it. I didn't know what to say or do, so I just blocked him. 20 minutes roll by and he freaking calls me screaming and shouting down the phone saying, you owe me petrol money and the graphics card. And I couldn't get a word in edgewise, so I hung up. It's around 1 a.m. right now and I need to go to bed for work the next day, and he kept calling, so I blocked his number. And in the morning, I told my mom, and apparently he came into my mom's work saying I was shouting at him and saying I wanted 5 times the amount I said I would sell it for, and one thing led to another, and he's now banned from my mom's bakery. He goes there pretty much every day and tries to go there every week when he thinks my mom's not working, but all of her workers that know him don't let him in. Okay, first of all, punctuation, please. Anyways, about this story, yeah, this is why I hate selling platforms, because there's so many, annoying people. For instance, I was trying to sell my laptop and this guy asked if I could hold it for him, and he was a Marine. I was like, you know what, hey, yeah, sure. And I refused 3 higher offers for this dude. And then the day comes around where he's supposed to pay, and I shoot him a message. I'm like, hey, what's up? No response. I know it's not exactly the same situation, but I hate selling things because people either lowball you, waste your time, or just a general nuisance to work with. Anyways, moving on. This story's called No Way I Work Here, I'm 14. This happened a few months ago. I was 13 at the time, and now I am 14, so I don't work. Now time for the story. I hope you enjoy. I walked in a Best Buy by myself while my brother was in the car. I ran in there to get what he wanted. There I was, wearing a blue shirt. It wasn't polo or buttoned up, just a normal t-shirt with brown joggers on. I can see how she may have gotten me confused with a worker, as I do look like them. When I got there, I went straight to the electronics department. I was there checking for the game he wanted, Call of Duty World War II. I don't know why he wanted it, even though it was pretty old. The woman, Karen, walks up to me and starts asking where a certain game for her son was. The conversation went as follows. Hello, Best Buy worker. My son is looking for a game I forgot the name of. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't work here, but I can show you where it is. Karen makes the most surprising face ever. What? But you are wearing the uniform. Don't lie to me. Just take me where I need to go. Ma'am, I'm not gonna take you since you are acting too rude. I didn't walk away from the aisle, but I basically made a lap around it. Apparently, Karen followed me the whole way because when I got back, she was right behind me. She then decided to discipline me and tell me about how much of a liar I was. She then decided to use racial profiling and started insulting my life. Here is how it went. You are going to show me where it is. You insert bad word that would apparently get the kid banned. Ma'am, I am 14 and I don't work. That would be illegal. Now, if you would please get away. She cuts me off. Listen here, you asterisk. You are going to take me to the aisle right now or I will have your job. Don't you have something better to do? After that, I see my brother walking into Best Buy. I thought, oh, thank God, someone is going to save me from this crazy lady. She keeps ranting me on how dumb I was and how she was going to take my job. The weird thing is, I haven't seen her child once. My brother sees her and walks in front of me. The conversation went as followed. Whoa. What is going on over here? Finally, the manager. You need to fire this employee. He's being disrespectful to the customer, and he's not doing what I have asked of him. You know what? You're fired. Me? You have done this too much, you lazy bum. I got confused for a while before I realized how it made Karen look, and I went along with the acting. Okay, fine. I take Call of Duty World War II, buy it, and walk into the car. The whole time, Karen was looking dumbfounded because I just bought a game, and I sat in the passenger seat, not the driver's seat. My brother hops in and drives away with me. I'm glad I wiped that poop-eating grin off of Karen's face. I have never seen her since. Thanks for listening. Have a good day, mates. How do you not tell if someone's 14? I feel like 14-year-olds aren't old enough to, look like a full-on adult. And the brother, why World War II? Okay, the game was alright, but would I say it's worth going to Best Buy just for purchasing it? No? What? Okay, there's just so many weird things about this story. And stop being racist, you dumb Karens, gosh.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.